Right now, Abundant Life Christian School continues to recover from last month's deadly shooting. How one business is stepping up to help. Plus, multiple fires continue burning out of control in Southern California. A look at the intense firefight. This is News 3 now at noon. Thanks for joining us this Wednesday afternoon. I'm Michelle Renee Quinn, filling in for Josh Sprider. We begin with the Abundant Life Christian School community taking a step toward getting back to normal. The boys basketball team took to the court last night for the first time since the shooting just over 3 weeks ago. The varsity and junior varsity teams faced off against Johnson Creek at Madison College. ALCS will play this week's home game at Madison College. After that, they'll move back to the school's court. ALCS community members did not want to speak on camera, but they tell us their students are looking forward to playing back at school. The varsity team beat Johnson Creek 77-62. And community members will have another chance to get food while supporting victims of the Abundant Life school shooting. Texas Roadhouse locations near Westtown and Easttown Mall will host a fundraiser tomorrow. 100% of the proceeds will go toward ALCS. This comes after Culver's hosted a fundraiser on Monday that saw hours-long waits in multiple locations. And incumbent District 18 Alder Charles Miadzi has missed the incumbent deadline. This means he can't file for candidacy in the 2025 spring election. City officials say the candidate filing deadline is extended for District 18 and Madison Metropolitan School Board Seat 3 for Friday. All other candidates besides the incumbent can register. Police arrested Miadzi on December 12th for domestic abuse-related charges. His status conference is set for February 3rd. And a Janesville man is under arrest after allegedly robbing a bank in Minnesota yesterday. Officers say the 51-year-old was wanted in connection with the robbery in Bloomington. He also reportedly has an outstanding warrant from the Wisconsin Department of Corrections. The man is currently being held in the Monroe County Jail, waiting extradition to Minnesota. A new study reveals that Wisconsin is projected to have 200,000 fewer people in the year 2050. The State Department of Administration found fertility rates dropping across the state. This comes as the current population ages, increasing demand for services for retired people. The study shows northern counties being affected the most. That's where Wisconsin's largest generation, the baby boomers, retire. One of the few counties projected to grow by 2050 is Dane. It's projected Dane County will grow by at least 11% every decade through 2050. Temperatures are staying cold for the rest of the week. First Sworn meteorologist Jacob Montesano has a look at your certified most accurate forecast.
Thanks, Michelle. If we take a look at the current cloud cover, we are seeing plenty of clouds here in Madison. But as we take a look at some other places across our region, here's a look at Platteville, almost seeing completely blue skies. So the clouds kind of only over Dane County and areas to the east. That may continue throughout a good chunk of the afternoon, but temperatures, they obviously continue to be cold. 19 right now in Madison, lower 20s for a lot of Dane County, but a lot of the area right now in the teens, and the temperatures aren't expected to rise all that much more throughout the afternoon. Now, as we take a look at the current radar, we are seeing some lake effect snow kind of impact areas far to the east near Lake Michigan, and there's some heavier lake effect snow on the eastern side of the lakes, but notice nothing out to the west. But we are expecting to see some snowfall by the end of the week. However, it will be fairly light. So looking at the forecast throughout the rest of the day, areas to the west will continue to see sunshine, but Madison and surrounding areas will not see the clear skies until the evening. But then we're going to see some more clouds enter our area tomorrow. However, we're not expecting as cloudy of skies as we're seeing today. But I'll talk more in detail about the chance of snow that we'll see the end of this week. But we also have a better chance of snow on Sunday. Those details will be coming up a little bit later.
All right, thanks, Jacob. We'll check back in shortly. Terrifying images out of Los Angeles County, where a windstorm is fanning out the flames of at least 3 major and now deadly wildfires. They're burning out of control, destroying homes and businesses and forcing tens of thousands of Californians to evacuate. Danya Barcudes reports from the Palisades.
Oh, wow. The whole thing just went down. The whole house just collapsed.
The images are apocalyptic. What started as a brush fire ballooned into the Palisades fire. It's one of 3 wind-fueled fires in the area. Firefighters are picking their battles with parts of the Pacific Palisades beyond saving.
Obviously, this one here is a total loss, so they're trying to move ahead and skip ahead, get in front of the fire, and keep it from going from one building onto the next.
Firefighters are also battling fatigue and finding some hydrants without water. The danger is ever present. One man using a hose to douse flames almost got burned in the process.
Good?
Tens of thousands have had to evacuate, and Tuesday some residents fled in such a hurry. Some abandoned their cars in the gridlock.
There's a lot of fire right there. That's why the people coming. We leave the car.
It's hard to see, hard to breathe, and hard for firefighters to contain, as seen by this home that's completely engulfed by flames. Worst of all, the wind.
Okay, the wind's starting to pick up again, so it's going to get a little gusty, and the smoke's going to start coming through one more time.
Hurricane-force winds are also fueling the Eaton fire northeast of Los Angeles.
You can imagine trying to fight fire in those winds. It is really incredibly challenging and volatile and unpredictable.
Firefighters are hoping for even the slightest relief.
Those winds will die down somewhat as we head into this afternoon and into this evening, but we're still seeing that offshore flow.
Crews hope to minimize further damage in this trifecta of dangerous fires. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
President-elect Donald Trump's threat to turn Greenland into U.S. territory is making big waves across the pond. The Arctic island has been a part of Denmark for 600 years, and European leaders are warning Trump against threatening its sovereign borders. Trump said Tuesday he would not rule out using military or economic action against Denmark to make Greenland a part of the United States, saying it's critical to America's national security. Many Danes are calling it a crazy idea.
I find it extremely ridiculous. Like, if he wanted something from Greenland, or we have an alliance, we are allies. So this doesn't really respect that.
Greenland's prime minister, who supports future independence from Denmark, held talks with the Danish king in Copenhagen today. Meanwhile, President-elect Trump wants the U.S. Supreme Court to pause Friday's sentencing in his hush money case. The emergency appeal came one day after a New York State appeals court denied Trump's request to have it postponed. Trump was convicted on 34 counts of falsifying business records over reimbursements to his lawyer, who paid an adult film star to keep her alleged affair with Trump a secret. Trump denies the affair. The judge in the case says the incoming president will not face any legal penalties. And sign-ups for the Affordable Care Act, otherwise known as Obamacare, are nearing a new record. According to the Biden administration, nearly 24 million people have signed up so far. There are more than 3 million new consumers and more than 20 million returning ones. The administration says growth in Obamacare enrollment was fueled by more generous federal subsidies, heightened outreach, and an easier enrollment process. Open enrollment ends on January 15th in most states. Coming up on News 3 now at noon, how McDonald's is trying to bring back customers. Plus, why millions of Americans could see their credit score go up by as much as 22 points.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Millions of Americans could see their credit score go up by as much as 22 points after the Biden administration announced a new rule banning medical debt from appearing on credit reports. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau estimates that the regulation would remove $49 billion in medical debt for more than 15 million Americans, which would make it easier for them to be approved for things like mortgages, car loans, and other lending. Meta is taking a page from one of its competitors by getting rid of its fact-checking program and replacing it with a system similar to X's Community Notes. The change affects Meta platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. CEO Mark Zuckerberg said his decision was influenced by the latest election results, calling it a cultural tipping point towards, once again, prioritizing speech. Executives say the company will still moderate content related to drugs, terrorism, child exploitation, frauds, and scams. And the McDonald's McValue menu is live. The company is partnering with wrestler and actor John Cena to promote the discounted meals, which include a buy one, add one for $1 deal on popular breakfast and lunch items, as well as other local and in-app deals. The Mickey D's $5 meal has also been extended through the summer. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Carissa Lawson.
Here's a look at the stock market numbers. Right now, the Dow Jones is down 35 points, the NASDAQ is down 44, and the S&P 500 is down 22. Our call for action volunteers are in the building taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. You can call for action at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Up next, we take a look at today's ag numbers and take a look at First Warn forecast. Then on Live at 4, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company joins us to answer your plant and garden questions. You can send in those questions now to tips@channel3000.com. Pam will be back with us tomorrow, so here are your farm numbers. A few chances of snow are possible later this week. Here's Jacob with the complete forecast.
Thanks, Michelle. If we take a look at the three things you need to know, we're not going to see a lot of big warm-ups going forward. We're just going to continue to be cold with some flurries possible Thursday night and Friday, but a better chance of snow will arrive Sunday. Now, here's a look at the forecast throughout the afternoon. Cloudy for Madison and areas to the east. Sunny skies for areas west and southwest. High temperatures will be in the upper teens to lower 20s. So another cold afternoon and another cold night as we'll see the skies clear up. We'll see mostly clear skies by the morning. Lows will be in the lower teens. Could see some single digits for a few locations, but very similar to the last couple of nights. And tomorrow we will be a little bit warmer, but still pretty cold. Highs will be in the upper 20s, very close to normal for this time of the year. But we are going to see sunshine for Madison and areas east with some cloudy skies further west, so kind of opposite from what we're seeing right now. So here's a look at future track. Again, our entire area is expected to see clear skies throughout the night. And then as we get towards Thursday morning, those clouds will move in, especially off to the west. But Madison and places to the east should be clear for much of the day until we get to Thursday evening. Then look off to the west. We're going to have some snow move in. Could see some areas with moderate snow, but for the most part, this snow is going to be very light and very scattered. Not expected to see, this widespread, consistent snowfall. It'll just kind of be some on and off flurries throughout the night Thursday and into Friday. We'll have a few breaks, especially Friday late morning into early afternoon. But then as we get to the afternoon, we'll see some more flurries pop up across our area. But for the most part, we're only going to see about a dusting of snow at most. Certainly not going to see any accumulation that will stick around and cause any hazardous travel. Now, the same cannot be said for Sunday. Now, we're not expecting a massive system, but we absolutely could see some accumulation. So here's a look at Saturday night into Sunday morning. That's when the snow is going to move into our area. It's going to move into our area from the northwest, and then we could be seeing some widespread snow throughout the day on Sunday into Sunday night. Now, accumulation is still very uncertain at this time, but it does look like at the very least we could be seeing a few inches of snow, maybe about 1 to 3, but a lot can change between now and then. But at the very least, it does look like we are going to see some snow throughout the day on Sunday into Sunday night, clearing out by Monday morning, although the Monday morning commute may still be impacted by this snowfall, and then it will clear out for certain by Monday afternoon. So again, we'll continue updating the forecast for Sunday accordingly. But for now, we are expecting some snowfall. Now, looking specifically at the snow chances, again, we'll have that light snow Thursday night into Friday, and then again Sunday into Sunday night. But beyond that, we are going to be pretty dry. Dry during the day on Saturday and dry after that system clears out for a good portion of next week. Now, looking at the full 7 to 10 day forecast, notice these temperatures not really going to change all that much. Highs will be in the middle to upper 20s for the end of this week and the weekend. They'll drop a little bit for Tuesday with highs in the teens, lows in the single digits. Could rise into the lower 30s for next Thursday, but then it looks like it may drop back down again for the following weekend. So we're going to continue to be cold, but we may actually see some accumulation. Not really on Friday, but that Sunday system could bring just that. And I don't know about you, Michelle, but I'm looking forward to some snow accumulation. I am a big fan of snow. I could see you disagree, but I don't like the cold, obviously, when there's no snow on the ground, but I think the snow definitely looks very pretty out there.
It does look pretty, but I'm cold and I'm tired of being cold, so I'm looking for the weekend weather, that little
upper
bit warmer.
20s.
Yeah,
well,
upper 20s.
The cold's not going anywhere, but again, you can disagree, but I'm ready for at least some snowfall that could at least make it look pretty out there.
You and Chris Stanford.
Yeah.
Well, it's 12:21. Up next, Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with a dish from Northern Italy.
What do you say I share a recipe with you that in the past you may have been intimidated by? It's risotto, and it originates in Northern Italy. Over the years, it's become crazy popular here in the States. And once you find out how easy it is to make, you'll wonder why you didn't make it sooner. The first thing you want to do is warm some chicken broth in a saucepan, and we'll come back to this in a sec. Now, in a large saucepan, we saute some onions and mushrooms in a little butter until they're tender. Then we stir in some arborio rice, garlic, and a bit of wine. And cook that until the wine is absorbed. Now here's the trick to making creamy risotto. Slowly add in the warm chicken broth, 1 cup at a time, stirring it until it's absorbed. Right before serving, stir in a bit more butter, some Parmesan cheese, parsley, and pepper, and it's done. See, I told you it was easy. And once you take your first forkful, I have a pretty good feeling that this will become part of your monthly dinner routine. You could even add some cooked shrimp or chicken to it. To get the recipe for our creamy mushroom risotto, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a Northern Italian way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
When we come back, Angie Horkin with the Wisconsin Beef Council will show us some new beef recipes to try for the new year.
Slam this in.
Okay.
Okay, we can do her. Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I did try
Take
your
your hands
food
on
once. You had you were outside on the patio for that tailgating thing.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
just a lot of people there, so I didn't go outside, but
Yeah.
I can vouch. I know you're a good cook.
Oh, thank you. I follow the recipes.
There you go.
I don't make the recipes. Okay, so we'll talk tri-tip. Tri-tip is bottom sirloin. Usually comes like 2-pound size. I made it in the air fryer.
Okay.
So kind of different, but it's really good in the air fryer, and it doesn't take very long, like less than a half hour.
Oh,
So
wow.
then you can take the tri-tip, you can eat it like this, you know, make a vegetable, mashed potatoes, salad, whatever, because it's delicious. Or we can do carne asada flatbreads, and then we'll just add a little cotija cheese. No, it's not cotija. What is it? Queso fresco. Queso fresco.
Well, it's 12:25. Welcome back. I'm here with Angie Horkin with the Wisconsin Beef Council. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, and thank you for joining us this year. So we've got a couple recipes to talk about. Did you want to tell us what we've got today?
Yeah, so I picked out some new recipes, and this is kind of fun because I'm going to use a tri-tip, and I'm going to make a tri-tip, and you could actually make 3 different meals with it. So this time of year, I kind of gravitate toward economical cuts. I like a lot more vegetables. I feel like I don't get enough vegetables in December with the holidays, and kind of quick and easy meal ideas. Okay. So took a 2-pound tri-tip, which is a bottom sirloin, but you'll have a great eating experience if you keep it medium rare. I salt and peppered it, a little extra virgin olive oil on it, and then I put it in the air fryer. You can cook this roast in the air fryer in less than 30 minutes, and it is delicious. So this is what it looks like when it's done.
That's a big difference from the oven.
Exactly. So you can eat it just like this. Have a great roast, maybe with some mashed potatoes, a vegetable, or a salad, however you like. Or you can make these 2 recipes. Carne asada flatbreads and then a Greek flatbread. So the carne asada flatbreads, I did some shredded Mexican cheese topped with the tri-tip and then some tomatoes and jalapenos. And then I actually heated these up in the oven, a 450-degree oven, for about 10 minutes just to melt that cheese and get your vegetables softened. And then we can top with some fresh cilantro, pickled red onions. We got the recipe on the website for the onions, and then some queso fresco. So it makes 4 large kind of pitas or flatbreads.
Yeah.
Super delicious, super fun, really fresh too. Now, Greek version. Take some tzatziki, and we have a recipe too for a homemade tzatziki on the website with this recipe. I just purchased it right in the supermarket because I'm kind of about cutting corners right now and making it fast and easy.
Yeah.
Then our tri-tip. Just kind of put that on top of the pita. And then you can top with some other great Greek ingredients. So fresh tomatoes, I just got some cherries cut in half, some sliced radishes, some red onion, and then of course some feta.
So for
There we go.
everybody who wants to try that recipe, where would they find it?
Beeftips.com is our Wisconsin Beef Council website. Click right on As Seen on TV on the homepage. You'll find these recipes, plus some other great fun recipes, perfect for January.
Well, those look amazing. Thank you so much for joining
You're
us this
welcome.
afternoon. And here's Jacob with a final check of your forecast.
You said these recipes are perfect for January, and it's going to continue to feel like January for sure. High temperatures are going to be in the upper 20s and teens for much of the next 7 to 10 days. We'll also see a few chances of snowfall. Thursday night into Friday, we'll see some light snow. A little bit more consistent snow is expected Sunday, where we could see some accumulation, but still too early to say for sure. And then next week does look to be mostly dry again, with temperatures changing a little bit more. Teens for highs Tuesday, then maybe even into the lower 30s for Thursday, but it looks like we'll drop back again after Thursday. So overall, staying cold.
Jacob, thank you. We'll be back at 4.